Hey, good morning. Susannah here from the Good Property Company. I'm in Barcelona on the beach. I'm just about to go and do a workout with my friend Charlie, but I thought I'd come and say hi to you guys first. This is the advice I'm currently giving my son. So it might fit with where you're at. If you're getting started in property, if you're thinking, okay, I don't know too much yet, but I really want to learn, what kind of advice would I be getting from somebody that's done a lot of deals? And we have. We did over 200 deals, 217. I've done more since, but in my fast run of becoming a deal packager, oh, as you can tell, I'm on the beach, becoming a deal packager, I did a load of joint ventures. I did a whole load of flips. The first 42 flips we did, and we've done more since. We pulled in £402,000 in sales, more than anticipated. But not everyone went to plan, by the way. We've built houses. I've built a major property portfolio myself. And now I live part in Barcelona and part in the UK, and I do quite a lot of traveling. Right now, my son is with me in Barcelona. He's 25. And he and I do about 4 to 5 hour mentoring sessions a week. So an hour a time, and we just move forward. We use a Trello board, if you use Trello, for him to move forward in kind of pulling everything together. And we're currently looking for property for him to buy. And his goal is going to be to live in Barcelona. Why would you not? He's actually lived here for 4 years, but he wants to buy an apartment now. And then his goal is to end up with 10 properties in the UK fully paid off. And so what he's done is, with my guidance, really, the first part is all about setting out the plan. I'm like, what do you want in life? What's important to you? And he's like, well, I don't want to have too many properties, Mum. I've seen you. And he's worked every summer as a student in my property business. So he's like, I don't want to have too many properties. I want a lifestyle, not an empire builder. Okay, so are you a lifestyle or an empire builder? The second one is to define how much money do you want coming in? And that really brought out some money blocks for him, because at 25, you don't think that you can have like 25 grand a month coming in. That is basically clean profit from you. So he started off tentatively, and then he started going, ooh, can I? Ooh, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit more. So what's the end goal of how much money you want coming in, profit, basically your salary. The next goal is, when do you want to do it by? I hope you're writing all this down, and then you're just going to grab that mum advice. The next goal is what loan to value do you want to end up with at your final date? And he's done a 10-year plan, a 5-year plan. The next goal is to say, okay, if you're doing a long-term plan, let's break it down into shorter term elements. Okay, by this date, what's your loan to value? And so within 5 years, he wants to be at 50% loan to value. Sensible guy. Okay, the next thing is, how much money do you want to make per property? And he was like, well, he's seen me, so he's like 2,500, please, per property. Oh, we got a dog coming along. Hope he doesn't knock the camera. Oh, he's going behind, you won't see him. And so that then defined what kind of a property he was going to be buying. It was going to be probably student lets or HMOs, or potentially service accommodation, because of the level of income. If he'd said, I want £1,000 per property, well, that could be a single let 2-bed flat in Bristol. But if he's like wanting £2,500 profit, then that's got to be a like £3,000 to £3,500 rental, which is either serviced accommodation or a shared house or a student house. Yeah. So then we know the income coming in. So now we know the two different customer segment strategies. And for him, he's deciding either student lets or service accommodation. Okay, you get it? We kind of working backwards. And then we're like, okay, now what's next is actually getting yourself organized. So getting a broker, getting your lawyers, have 3 sets of lawyers, getting an accountant, getting a bookkeeper. And because, of course, he's a little bit more complicated, he needs a British broker, and obviously he needs a Spanish broker as well, and a Spanish accountant as well, because he's going to end up living in Barcelona, but with a property portfolio. Ooh, motorbikes, a property portfolio in the UK. So we're probably at that stage right now of him pulling together his accounts, having a bookkeeper, getting himself organized. The next stage, and we've just started it, is let's start looking for property. I felt very strongly that he should probably get his home resolved first. Not just because he's currently living with me, but just because at 25 you want to be in your own place, and I think he feels as equally strongly. He's lived with me for about 6 months now, and we love each other dearly. But I'm sure he's like, I'm so ready for my own place. So that's what we've been viewing at the moment. Now, before we went out to view that personal space, I was like, what do you want? And he's like, I want to be quite near the beach in Barcelona. I've only got a budget of so much, and I want to have spare rooms because at 25, I'm going to be renting out my spare rooms so that they can pay the mortgage. Basically, smart guys, so that his personal home, although he's going to have either one or two flatmates, it's basically going to pay for itself in the short term so that any money he earns can be gone into property. The next stage will be, okay, and how are you going to get the money for the properties? Now, clearly, he's got a ready-built investor, although I haven't committed to it at this stage because I need to see him really going for it. But he's starting to think about a CRM system, customer relationship management system, and he's starting to meet with investors. And I'm putting him together with a few people. It's so cute to see him having lunch with investors where I'm there as well. And then afterwards we debrief what went well, what went not badly, but what went well, what could be improved, what's your next step for the investor. And one of the things he doesn't do, I wouldn't say he doesn't do well yet, but just isn't experienced at, is he doesn't follow up with the investor afterwards. And it's key. If you have a good meeting with an investor who you're like, let me follow up with you. Let me talk to you about what I can provide for you that's going to be super useful for you. So, and then the next step is, and what kind of cash generating business are you going to run to bring cash in? So yes, I'm his mum, and of course I'm going to help him, but he can't be like, and he doesn't want to be laying on my shoulders. He's got to be relatively self-sufficient. So those are all steps working backwards. The tech we're using is Calendly, a CRM system. I think he's looking at HubSpot, Trello for project management. I'll say hello to the dog. Zoom, because some of the time he's in Barcelona, I'm in Bristol, and some of the time we're here together in Barcelona, sometime we're in Bristol. I'm about to go traveling in America, I'm about to go traveling in Andorra, I'm about to go traveling in Scotland, and I'm about to go traveling in Thailand. So we either have Zoom mentoring calls or we do it in person. What other tech we're using? He's set up his business in Drive. So he's got a property business, a development business, a deal sourcing business, a head office business, a finance business, and he's put all of them in folders, and then he organizes himself there. And he's also using Dropbox, where he's going to work with JV partners and deal sourcing clients and put all of the information for the properties in Dropbox, because Dropbox is quite good, I find, for images and videos. So that's the kind of basic tech he's using at the moment. I just thought it might be useful for you because I'm literally going through the experience of like he's asked me for it. He's like, Mum, could you give me some mentoring? Formally mentoring my son in property from zero to a multi-million-pound property portfolio, and we're at the early stages. But some of the psychological things have been quite interesting, like what I would call money blocks, and we all have them. I've got them too. Has he got money blocks? Can he actually envisage himself owning this property? Can he envisage himself? What are the money blocks that are stopping him? Where in the areas where he's not making progress? I just ask him questions like, what is it that's stopping you? Why haven't you taken these steps yet? And what is it in your beliefs about kind of the money side? And he's had some really interesting introversion, which I hope kind of opens out his mindset further. I mean, on the one hand, he's seen his mum do it, so he knows it's kind of perfectly possible. But on the other hand, he's been skateboarding around Barcelona, so his friendship group, for example, aren't multi-millionaires. And so what does he think about money, and what baggage does he carry about money? What does it mean to him, and how can he sort of clean off those thought processes to be very comfortable to put his plan into action? And then we're just going to view a whole load of properties, put them in his list, follow through, offer on, get them, don't get them, and proceed. Yeah. So It's a simple process, but it takes time. And if you're starting out in property, what you tend to find is your 1 year plan will take about 18 months to deliver. Really annoying, I know, but that's because you're learning all the skills. But your 5 year plan usually takes about 3.5 years to deliver. So we're in that early stage of a 1 year plan, and it's all going slower than anticipated. But to be quite frank, because I've mentored loads of people, I kind of expect that. Right. Lots of love. Remember, YouTube video, loads of great videos and playlists for you guys. So do like and subscribe. If this video has been helpful for you thinking, do you know, that's really quite good advice for me setting out in property, then I'd love to see you subscribing to the YouTube video. I've got loads of playlists for you, and I've got new videos scheduled and coming out regularly for you. And also super important, and in fact, he's doing it. He's going through one of my academies right now. It's so cute. He literally goes through it and then he asks me questions because he's learning his subject. I've got 60-day academies for you guys on my website. I've got occasional live webinars. I've got pre-recorded webinars you can join straight away. I've got packs for you to download. I've got loads of great education. My son is literally doing it. So it's the kind of great, broad, comprehensive, deep, intelligent education that will really help you succeed. So go and have a look at my website. It's thegoodpropertycompany.co.uk. I am about to go and do a workout and then a swim in the sea. I hope you have a really good day, and good luck to you and good luck to my son.
You know the drill. Like and subscribe.